Okay, folks, so there was another one of these small planes that landed on one of our local highways. The small plane lands on I-15 near Jean due to engine failure. And apparently, this was manned. It was manned by an instructor and a student, so it wasn't unmanned at least. Cessna aircraft owned and operated by All In Aviation. I see All In Aviation a lot. I see a lot of planes flitting around here. Was forced to land due to an engine failure after being airborne for about 30 minutes. Yeah, and it happened. It took off from the Henderson Executive Airport at 2:06 p.m. and landed on I-15 at approximately 2:45 p.m. The plane was being flown by an instructor and one other person. So that would be down in this area here, down by Jean. And now I've seen a lot of these little planes coming down here and doing test flights and circles and stuff around these dry lake beds down in here, right? So there's definitely been an uptick. And I think that it's curious that yet another one of these small airplanes has decided to land on one of our freeways. This is the 15 right here. And I don't know what to think. Honestly, I'm trying not to think the worst when it comes to this uptick that I've seen of all these little planes flying around. I've seen a huge uptick of these little planes coming out of North Las Vegas Airport and running loops and flying around. And, I'm assuming they're from aviation instruction schools. But the fact that it's becoming almost kind of like a norm that these planes are coming in and landing on our freaking local highways and stuff. I don't think that should be considered normal. And I think the FAA should probably step in and do something about it rather than just make statements. I think the FAA needs to do something to reassure the public that these little planes aren't going to start coming down when they're having engine failures over heavily populated areas, because that seems to be the main narrative and main reason why these planes are having to make these emergency landings is because they're having engine troubles or they're having issues with the mechanics of these planes. Some of these planes are old. Some of these planes were like built back in the 50s that I've seen in my research and looking up these call numbers. And I think there needs to be a little bit more of an investigation into these planes that are landing on our highways and our freeways around here in Las Vegas. And y'all should do a quick search, a Google search for your area in your neck of the woods and see if the same thing isn't happening. Are you, in an area where there are these little small planes landing on your highways and your freeways and shit? I'm just curious to see if it's a pattern that's happening across the country or if it's just specific here to the Las Vegas and Southern Nevada area. Because we've had several in the last 6 months that have just decided to land on highways because of engine trouble or mechanical problems. Here's another Skyhawk. It's coming right along the I-15 there. That's probably a tour or something on that one. I don't know, y'all. I'm just with the whole UPS plane crashing and all of that too. And we're in a flight path. We're right in the path of all the flight traffic and air traffic. And whenever one of these comes over our house at 3,000-4,000 feet, I don't like it. It makes me feel very uneasy. And it happens quite often where instead of coming in over this way, they'll come in around this way and they'll come right directly over our house and then loop around. And I'm just not comfortable with it. Makes me very uncomfortable. And I'm just wondering if this is going to be part of the norm where these little Skyhawks and these little planes, instructor planes, these little aviation school planes are going to make a habit of landing on our highways. Because this particular one from the other day backed the highway up quite a bit. It was backed up quite a ways for miles and miles and miles. And, that certainly would contribute to all the chaos, wouldn't it? If these little planes just started landing on our highways and stuff. And I just don't trust it. I don't trust it. But anyway, I just thought I would share that with y'all. We have yet another small plane, that landed on one of our local highways here, the I-15 near Jean, right down in this area here. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Stay safe and mindful, y'all. Know that I appreciate you watching and that you matter very much to me, and that it matters very much to me that you stay safe and you stay mindful. Keep a heads up, and let me know in the comments if any of you have noticed an uptick of these little planes around your airports in your area. Just take a look at Flight Tracker and then go to where your area is and look around the airports and see if you guys have any of these small planes flitting around from the aviation companies and stuff, or if any of you have any similar incidents where you have small planes landing on your local roadways. Let me know, please. I'm curious.